In part 5 of the Quickstart tutorial, we are going to take a look at verification. So with a solid skill structure in place, we need a way for mentees to track their progress, and this is where verification comes in handy. So what is a verification? We take a look at a certain skill, like the pinch grip, and a verification means there are always two parties. One is the person looking for verification, and the other person is the one granting verification. In special cases, this can be the same person. So for self-assessment, this just means I want verification and I give it to myself. This is like writing it in a resume. So for the pinch grip, if I'm confident I meet the goals, I can just click on self-assessment, click on verify, and now the skill will be self-assessed and verified by myself. This will also be reflected in the overview. So this allows trainees to track their progress over the course of the mentorship program. We see they now have 11% completed, and if we check out the general overview, we see this is also reflected in the other skill sets. So I know about 17% of the skills I need for preparing an omelette, 33% for preparing fried onion rings, and already 50% for preparing vegetable sticks with yogurt dips. Perhaps this is the task that I want to go and tackle next, because this is a low-hanging fruit. I also see I've already 20% of this tutorial covered, so it might perhaps be interesting to look at another one or to revisit some of the skills I already possess. So this is self-assessment. There's also other form of verification. If I don't assess the skills myself, I can go to the pinch grip again and see there's also the possibility of practical expertise. If I click on that, I see my mentor, who is called Peter Breakfast in this scenario and head of the Skill Display Quickstart webinar. And imagine I did show prowess with the pinch grip with my mentor beside me, and I want him or her or the person to approve that I have obtained the skills. I just choose to verify. I can also make him or her my favorite, so they are listed at the top of the list each time if there are more verifiers. And I can add a comment like shown in the kitchen yesterday, and request the verification. I can see the little icon for pending verification now, and this will result in a verification request in the interface of Peter Breakfast. We see I've switched the user, I'm now Peter Breakfast. And there's an incoming verification request, and Arthur Sunrise wants to have his skill verified, and I can either accept this request or reject this request. So how I check these skills is completely up to me. I could do a written exam, I can let him show practical experience or stuff. But I can choose how I verify that, and I just accept the request. And if we go back to the interface of Arthur Sunrise now, we see it is no more pending, but I have now verified this skill with practical expertise. This also gives me a very good overview on what do I think I have picked up over the course of the trainee program and what was really verified via practical experience by my mentor. As you can see, there are also two other forms of verification: educational verification and official certification. Educational verification is something you pick up over the course of external coaching, so where you didn't do practical exercises or didn't show prowess about the skill in a practical context like in the kitchen, but something you learned about in theory. For example, this could also be kitchen theory in a coaching on the open market or in a public educational institution. And there's also official certification, which is usually available by big certifiers, which provide some of the skills on Skill Display, which you can find in the skill set section. Scrum.org and Type 3 come to mind, for example, as very big certifiers who already have a lot of skills on a platform from which you can choose, so you don't have to create them yourself. They are also maintained. So this is about everything about verification. Trainees are now able to clearly identify their progress in the training program. They can evaluate how many of the skills they believe to possess and how many are confirmed by a mentor, and they can instantly identify tasks for which they possess the necessary skills, so they could cherry pick skills depending on their current level of progress, which further motivates them. Mentors in turn are now able to motivate trainees by confirming their practical experience on the job. They can identify pain points where trainees were unable to perform tasks after self-assessment, so where they thought they can do it, but when checking it out, it meant they couldn't really do it. And if a lot of people and a lot of trainees have this problem, this could be a pain point in your training and not be related to the mentees, so it allows you to improve quality and check back. Also, mentors can reflect on their own efforts as mentors by highlighting the number of practical experiences they have distributed or a number of verifications. So if you want to try it out again, you can self-verify and self-assess the skills you obtained by watching this tutorial so far. So you can just go to the skill display platform and, for example, search for skill tree. And if you're confident you have picked up everything that you need to know about skill trees, you can just click self-assessment, and this will immediately reflect your progress.